While I was in the Dalles, I had to visit the oldest and longest running bookstore in the state of Oregon, Klindts Booksellers. This location has been an operating bookstore since 1870, and I was not disappointed. The building was beautiful with its original floors, a huge variety of books and gifts, and the friendly owners were working in the store while I was there. This store is said to be haunted by several ghosts, but is there any truth to these stories? Let's find out. Welcome to Investigating the Northwest. This channel is dedicated to exploring the mysterious, haunted, and historical of the Pacific Northwest, and currently we are exploring the haunted locations in the Dalles, Oregon, a historical city by the Columbia River. The bookstore first opened in 1870 and was owned and operated by I.C. Nicholson. Nicholson not only sold books, but supplied the town's school books, offered gifts, stationery, fishing tackle, and musical instruments. This was a place where you could visit to purchase just about anything. The original convenience store, you might say. On September 2nd, 1891, a fire swept through the town, destroying almost all of the businesses downtown, including Nicholson's store. That same year, the bookstore relocated across the street to its current location. Many websites, even Klindt's own website, claims the fire was 1893, but newspaper articles from the time confirm it was 1891. In 1928, after Nicholson and his wife had passed, the store was sold to Gus and Paul Weigelt. And the name changes to Weigelt's Books and Stationers. The store was run by Gus, Paul, and their sister Edna. And Paul even served as the acting mayor of the Dalles for some time. And they ran the store until 1981, when they sold it to Philip and Linda Klindt. The Klindts had a literary passion and weren't just booksellers. They functioned as the local historians and even wrote a book, Winquat, A Brief History of the Dalles, Oregon. And this is still available in the store today. Here's an interview with Philip and Linda Klindt that I found on C-SPAN, and I've posted a link to the complete video in the description box below.
On a recent stop in the Dalles, Oregon, the C-SPAN school bus crew visited with the owners of Oregon's oldest bookstore.
The bookstore originally started in 1870, but down on First Street, a block down, and started by a family named Nicholson. Their family is still here, and so they had the store until the 20s, and the Weigelts then bought it in 1927. It had been a couple of places before it finally landed here in 1891. The grandson, we've talked to him a lot. He still lives here in the Dalles, Fritz Kramer, and he knew his grandfather, and they had a lot of books, but they did other things too, office supplies at the time, and the Weigelts did other things too. One of the Weigelts was a hunter and fisherman. They sold, fishing poles and reels and hunting gear and hunting licenses even. They sold hunting licenses right up till we bought it in 1980. So you have to be versatile in a small community.
And it also gives you the opportunity to follow your own particular interests. So you can add a little section for what you enjoy. For us, that's been travel. And a lot of the giftware that we sell is imported from other countries.
The floors are original. What else is original?
Probably the showcases.
Some of the showcases are. We've got a picture from, the earliest picture we've got is from 1912. And the showcases are in here then. But nothing goes back to, of course, 1870, because a fire had burned the store at one time.
Linda Klindt passed away in 2000, and Philip passed in 2010. They willed the store to their niece, Kristen Klindt, and her husband, Joaquin Perez, who operate the store today. This bookstore has been owned and operated for over 100 years by people who loved books and their community. When I visited the store, it felt so cozy and welcoming. The owners were so friendly and talkative with all the customers. There's a huge variety of books and gifts, and of course, I just had to purchase some goodies before I left. I highly recommend stopping in this store the next time you visit the Dalles. With such a lengthy history, this store is bound to have retained some energy of the previous owners. One of the legends is that the ghost of Edna Weigelt haunts the store. According to OregonLive.com, quote, "For years, stories have been told about the ghost of Edna Weigelt, who supposedly haunts the shop. After her brothers sold the store to the Klindts, Edna stayed on as an employee. She worked there until she was 91. The diminutive Edna would stand on the toilet seat to reach the bathroom light cord. Occasionally today, so the stories go, a set of small footprints may still appear on the seat lid. She's also said to fuss about changes made in the store." And then there's another legend that's associated with Klindts Bookstore. And that is that there are the cremated remains of 3 people located in the store. And that the store may still be visited by the presence of those whose remains still live in the store today. Is there any truth to these stories about Klindts Bookstore? Fact or fiction? Could one of the reported ghosts be that of a longtime employee, Edna Weigelt? That story is fact. Edna started working in the store from the time her brothers purchased it in 1928, and she was 18 at the time. When it was sold in 1981 to the Klindts, Edna stayed on and continued to work for them until her death at the age of 91. She worked at the store for approximately 73 years. So yes, I imagine if any spirit remained at the store to watch over things, it would be longtime employee Edna. Story number 2, fact or fiction? Are there cremated remains of people in the store? This legend is also fact. The remains of Linda and Philip Klindt are held in an urn shaped like a book and are placed right beside the regular inventory of books. When I was there and browsing, I wasn't specifically looking for the urn, but I found it, lovingly placed on the shelf among the books they loved so much. There are also the remains of a former customer in the store as well. She often frequented the store when she was alive and asked to remain there after death. I wasn't able to locate that urn, though, while I was there, but it has been confirmed that it is in the store. So now that you know the stories, let's take a peek at the inside of the store. If you'd like to visit Klindts Booksellers, it's open 7 days a week and is located at 315 East 2nd Street in the Dalles, Oregon. It's open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And not only can you stop in to visit anytime the store is open, but also check the website for author book signing events and their monthly book club. If you subscribe to the fact that some days are more energetic for ghostly phenomenon, then you might want to visit on some of the following dates. The day that Philip Klindt died was January 28th. The day that Edna died was March 25th. And the day that Linda died was November 12th. Maybe if you visit on one of these days, you'll be more likely to have an interaction with Philip, Edna, or Linda. Thank you so much for joining me today to learn about the amazing Klindts Bookstore and its history. Don't forget, if you're interested in learning about the mysteries of the Pacific Northwest, of exploring fascinating locations and discovering local legends, please do subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell to receive an email whenever a new video is released. Thank you.